custody.
It's 4 minutes to 9 now. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians in Gaza have been making the journey back to their homes since the ceasefire came into effect on Friday. Under the terms of the deal, the amount of aid entering the territory is due to be scaled up, but so far there are reports of only 2 to 3 lorries entering daily. Let's speak now to Asma Mustafa, who's an English teacher in Gaza who is living in a refugee camp. Morning to you, Asma.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Just tell us a little bit about where you are and what conditions are like.
I am in an Nusayrat camp in the middle of Gaza. This is my 10th displacement. Before a month, I was displaced for the 10th time during the 2 years of genocide in Gaza. I was displaced in the first month to a refugee shelter. It was an UNRWA school. And then under attack, I was forced to leave it to be displaced again to Rafah in a tent. And then every time under fire, I was displaced from place to another with my tent, with my 2 daughters. I carried them 3 times of my displacement. I was able to take my daughters only and escape under fire. It was really, really hard to describe my situation, but the most important thing for me that my daughters and I survived, and till now I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
And Asma, how do you feel now that the ceasefire has come into effect and is holding for now?
I am so exhausted, but still standing. I am still loving. I am broken, so broken from inside, but I'm still alive. This means that Gaza heart beats with every child who still dares to smile, and every teacher who still opens a notebook, every family that refuses to give up. 2 million people were living in very, very hard circumstances under fire. The strikes were every day. Our houses totally disappeared in the north of Gaza. I am from the north of Gaza. In the first ceasefire, when I returned to my homeland, I didn't find my house. I find it totally rubble. It was totally destroyed. I cried much, but then I realized that the crying doesn't help. This is a very hard time, yes, but we need to stand up again. We need to have our hope, our dreams, our life again and again. And these are the Palestinians.
And when you
Gaza never broken.
When you talk about those hopes and dreams, I know that you were teaching every single day in that camp. How difficult was that?
It was really the most difficult experience in my life in education. Can you imagine that you are teaching on the sand in the desert, which is very, very close to Philadelphia? I was saying hi every day to the Egyptian soldiers near the borders. It means that the desert, the weather was desert, was very, very hot. But I didn't stop teaching the children around me. I gathered them like every place contains like 200 to 300 children around me. They come dancing and playing and listening to my stories, my initiative, which was launched in the 4th of November 2023. And now it has been 2 years and 2 days. I was counting the hours, not only the days to stop ever. But I didn't stop sending my message, whether to my children or to my colleagues all over the world. And I have spoken in many international conferences, sending my children messages to the whole world that we are not numbers. We have dreams. We have life. This is our right. And to stop the genocide, it has been the most difficult time for me and for my children. I lost many of them. One of my students, they are all my children, by the way. One of my students was targeted in front of my eyes while she was selling the pieces of bread in her camp. in our camp in Khan Yunis, in the west of Khan Yunis. It was very, very hard time. And I have been through many, many difficult experiences.
And for you, Asma, then,
especially with the children.
I can't imagine what you've been through, and it's so important that you tell us. But I just wonder now what you do. You're in this refugee camp in central Gaza now. You say that you come from the north and you visited, well, the remains of your home. There was nothing left. What are you going to do now? Are you going to head back north? Where will you live?
Look, what I believe is that Gaza Strip as a whole and Palestine as a whole, Palestine is my homeland. This is my country. Whether I stay in the middle of Gaza or go back to the north of Gaza or decide to immigrate, for example, and then return to my homeland, this is still my homeland. And I will be strong living on my homeland till the last breath. Now, I don't know, really. I don't know. Shall I go back to the north? Maybe it's a matter of days. Then I go with my family, with my parents and my brother's families. We all lost our houses there, but still we are thinking we don't know what to do, really. But we are here in our homeland, whether in the middle of Gaza or in the north of Gaza.
Asma, thank you so much for speaking to us.
And one day it will be. You're welcome. You're welcome. Gaza will be rebuilt, not only by building houses, but also by building minds. And I will be participating in building minds in the future, inshallah. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for hosting me.
Well, thank you so much. It's a lovely way to leave it. Gaza will not only be built with houses, but also with minds. That's Asma Mustafa, an English teacher who's living in a refugee camp in central Gaza, just giving us a sense of the optimism that Palestinians are feeling right now as the ceasefire moves into its third day.